Come and explore Egypt from Aswan all the way to Cairo. Now, this tour in April 2019 is actually sold out, but we decided to add some more spaces and then have 2 buses for greater comfort. We will, of course, be exploring the Giza Plateau, including a private visit for 2 hours inside the Great Pyramid. And we'll see plenty of evidence of lost ancient high technology, including saw marks, drill holes, etc. As well, the brand new Museum of Egypt will be open on the Giza Plateau by that time. It is state-of-the-art and is regarded as the largest museum in the world. They've already started to move some of the grand sculptures there, so it'll be a spectacular experience. Some of the artifacts we'll be focusing on will include things like this, the so-called schist disc, which Egyptologists insist was a lotus vase of some kind, but it clearly looks like part of a machine, an impeller of some kind. There are many strange artifacts inside the museum that we will be exploring. Lots of evidence of lost ancient high technology. And of course, we'll be going to the Osirion, which is found underground at Abydos. It was not constructed as a tomb, but had a far more interesting function. The stone, both granite and quartzite, was brought in from hundreds of miles away. And also the temple of Seti I, which is a beautiful dynastic structure and has very fascinating lighting features, the sun, embedded into the design. This is one of the greatest temples of the dynastic period. Also, we'll be going to Dendara to see the very strange so-called light bulbs. Are they examples of ancient electricity in Egypt? Or could they be much more metaphysical in function, describing energy but not necessarily electricity? We'll also be cruising on the Nile in 5-star luxury for more than 3 solid days, stopping at fascinating ancient places like Komombo along the way. And we will explore Saqqara with the step pyramid of Djoser, as well as these amazing shafts that are clearly pre-dynastic, going way down into the limestone bedrock. These as well are examples of lost ancient high technology. They could not have been made by hand. And not to be missed, the fascinating tunnel system located at Saqqara, where we find 25 or more massive granite boxes. Each of the boxes weighs more than 90 tons. The lids are 30 tons. The boxes themselves are 70 tons. These clearly are pre-dynastic and made with lost ancient high technology. They were something that the dynastic people of Egypt inherited. They did not make them. Look at the glossy surfaces and then the very crude hieroglyphics. The hieroglyphics were done during dynastic times on the surfaces of these huge megalithic granite boxes. And we'll also see evidence of a cataclysmic event that happened here, because there are 2 of these massive boxes that were never completed. One of them is inside of a niche, and this one was abandoned in the hallway. You can see that the surfaces are still quite rough, so this one was never completed, and the lid is behind it, about 30 feet. And possibly the grand finale of our trip, the newly opened Osiris shaft, a series of 3 levels that go down, first 30 feet, then 100 feet, and then 60 feet. This was just opened up very recently, and we will get special permission. It is not open to the general public, but requires that you get special permission. And thanks to our friends who live in Egypt, like Yusuf Awiyan here, we will have exclusive access to the Osiris shaft for 2 hours. It's amazing that even the guards don't bother coming in. We will have it to ourselves. And here we have Yusuf Awiyan at the bottom, 200 feet underground in a pool of crystal clear water. He's actually standing on a box that weighs between 80 and 100 tons. This is a must-see. And of course, we'll visit the massive megalithic Valley Temple and also the Sphinx Temple. These as well are pre-dynastic megalithic structures created thousands of years before the dynastic Egyptians. And of course, a trip to Egypt is not complete without the beloved Sphinx, estimated by geologists to be at least 10,000 years old, if not older. So these are the places we'll visit: Elephantine Island, Nubian Village, Aswan Quarry, Isis Temple, Nile Cruise, Komombo, Karnak, Valley of the Kings, Colossi of Memnon, Ramesseum, Luxor Temple, Seti I Temple, Osirion, Hathor Temple, Grand Museum, Middle Pyramid, Step Pyramid, Serapeum, Red Pyramid, Bent Pyramid, Memphis, and more.